Hi! Elsewhere on YouTube we've got a video explaining the circle of fifths. What is the circle of fifths? What does it tell us? How is it useful? So if this is something new to you, you might want to just look up that video before you get involved in this. We've also got some other quizzes out there on the circle of fifths and some material that tells us how to use the circle of fifths in all sorts of ways. So kind of a key thing, literally a key thing, because it's telling us about keys for musicians. So in today's little light-hearted quiz, we have a circle of fifths on the board, but you might notice that there is some missing information. So you may at this point want to pause, have a look at what I've got there and decide where you think the missing information is. And then when you can come back to me, I'm going to tell you where it is and you can see whether you manage to spot it. Okay. Well, if you've had a chance to look through, let's see where we got to with this. I'm going to start with the major keys in the middle of the three circles, the ones in black. And the circle of fifths on the right-hand side goes really nicely. Remember, we're going up in fifths, in perfect fifths to be precise, but we seem to have a missing key here, don't we? So one thing that you should have inserted is A major, because A is a perfect fifth above D. So there we are. Now, are we okay otherwise in the major keys on the sharp side? Almost, but there's one missing piece of information. I wonder if you spotted this. F major. Nope, it's F sharp major. Why is it F sharp major? Because F sharp is a perfect fifth above B. So we're doing the circle of fifths in perfect fifths. Also because we introduced F sharp up here, which means that from this point onwards, any F we come across must be F sharp. From this point onwards, any C we come across must be C sharp, whether it's a major or a minor key. So that's what's going on there. Now, what about the major keys on the flat side? Did you seem happy with that? Was there anything missing? Hopefully you spotted this. This isn't E major, it's E flat major. It shows you how important it is to get these flats and sharps right as well, because look, E major's over here and E major's got 4 sharps, but E flat major is over here, it's got 3 flats, so it's a totally different key, even though it's got the same letter name. And of course, if we're going to go down in perfect fifths, after the first F, everything becomes flat. You'll also notice that I've got B flat in the outer ring, the next key is B flat. E flat in the outer ring, the next key is E flat, A flat, and so on and so forth. So I think that deals with some missing information in the major keys section. Now then, have we got any missing information on the outer ring, which is dealing with our key signatures? Well, if we look through here, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp, they're all looking fairly sensible there, isn't it? So I don't think there's anything amiss there. When we go around here, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, aha, there's one missing. So remember, when we're dealing with the key signatures, a new sharp is the 7th degree of the scale, a new flat is the 4th degree of the scale. So we need to have a C flat tucked in there. So that was another piece of missing information, which takes us on now to the inner circle, which is the minor keys. Let's have a look around this side. A, E, B, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp. Seems pretty good to me, doesn't it? What have we got here? D, G, C, missing key. So to find the relative minor, you have to go down a third, a minor third down. So that's going to be F minor. If you're not sure about this minor third thing, you know it's F and not F flat minor, because here we've got B flat, E flat, A flat and D flat. Doesn't mention F, so F must be natural. So it must be an ordinary F minor. And then we have another piece of missing information down here. So if I go down a third from G flat, I get to E, but of course it's not E minor. E minor's all the way up here, look, with 1 sharp, totally different key. So this is this thing with all these flats, 6 flats. Well, is it E? No, it's E flat. You see, E flat was introduced here, so it must be E flat from that point onwards. And if you know your intervals, you also know that E flat is a minor third below G flat. So that completes the missing information in the circle of fifths. So I hope you got on well with that little experiment, just to see if your circle of fifths knowledge is completely sound.